Hunterdon County is a very rural community.
Hunterdon County is very diverse within its own culture. We have a strong history of farmlands to growing smaller municipalities and cities. Lots of people moving here, as this is one of the finest places for education. Our real jump in strength started in around 2009 once we were fortunate to be awarded the Drug-Free Communities grant. That grant gave us a lot of in-depth structure, gave us the tools we needed, gave us funding that really helped broaden our scope to also really look at focused data and outcomes.
For underage drinking, our basic problems were availability, the second would be perception of harm from the youth, and the third would be perception of harm from the parents.
We had lots of great data on usage. We even had rates on where they were using. But we also found when we were developing our logic model that we really didn't understand the why here, and we needed to get youth in. So that was kind of the reason why we started our youth coalition. We also did key informant interviews. They consisted of people who were also working in prevention, but also the sheriff, the prosecutor's office, superintendent of schools, parents one-on-one.
We've heard of a lot of parties where parents will be supplying the alcohol for the children, and they don't even think twice about it.
On top of that, there's also kids that bring their own alcohol into parties, and parents kind of just turn a blind eye to that.
There are social host laws in the state of New Jersey which account for drinking in public places, underage drinking in public places. But we did not have anything that addressed underage drinking on private property. So there are a number of municipalities in our county who enacted these ordinances, but there were certainly not very many.
The underage drinking ordinance was great because it was brought to my attention by the coalition, and then the support and encouragement to follow through, to go accompany me to the meetings and have a voice there. So it's not just law enforcement speaking about this, it's law enforcement and community leaders, community members saying, we want this for our kids.
We added a stipulation, a punitive piece to it for a $250 fine for the first offense, as well as the potential of losing their driver's license for 6 months, or if they haven't received their driver's license yet, that would be postponed for 6 months.
In the last 3 years, we went from 8% enactment to 35% enactment.
We've asked the parents to join us in this because we recognize that in order to be effective, we have to be sending the same message every time to all of our students.
Some of the other initiatives we did were with the Parents Who Host Lose the Most campaign, as well as social hosting laws, Do You Know the Law?
We had a large number of students, middle school students, coming to the games without parental chaperones, and they were hanging out behind our bleachers. We also had students that were high school students hanging out back there, and we recognized pretty quickly that a lot of those had been drinking. We closed off that whole section. We have people monitoring that area.
Students can only come in one way now. They can't go into the main entrance. And if somebody suspects that you're drinking as you're walking in, you get breathalyzed before you even enter into the stadium.
We had a lot of success and a lot of accomplishments in the last few years with underage drinking.